All right, good. So now let's do a bunch of examples for when the intervals change. So let's start with something like cos 2x plus 5 equals 0.83. And let's say they're given it between minus 100 and, shall we say, 220? Why not? Okay. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to change the interval for this. So obviously, look, the interval which we care about is for 2x plus 5. So, again, you just kind of think, how do you go from x to 2x plus 5? Well, you first times it by 2 to get 2x, and then you add 5. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing to these numbers as well. So 220 times 2. Don't really need a calculator. But yeah, 445. I'm not going to bother wasting time with the minus 100. I'm going to put it in the calculator because that -5 might kind of go in a certain direction I don't want it to. Yeah, it's minus 195. Okay, so I got my interval. So now what I'll do is I'll do cos minus 1, 0.83 to get my first answer for 2x plus 5. So let's do that. Yep, so the first answer is 33.9. I'm going to use the fact that I know that cos starts at 1, goes like that for symmetry. And it's going to be, so what's this? This is 90. Oh yeah, this is like 1. This is minus 1. It's 90. It's 180. It's 270. 360. And it's just, I'm doing is just use the symmetry like about 180, okay? So that's 180. So the answer is like somewhere around here. So that's 33.9. Okay, starting from 0, 360 here as well. So if I know this is, so I know that's 33.9. So I know the other answer I'm trying to get is always also going to be 33.9 from 360. So I just take that away. Okay, so my second answer is 326.1. Good stuff. And now, okay, I'll just move it this way. And now I just kind of get into the whole act of just adding 360 each time. So, and remember, I want to find answers between 445 and 195. So, okay, 33.9 plus 360 gives me 393.3. That's good. I want that one. Now, if I add 360 to it, obviously I'm going to go above 445, so I'm not going to bother. Let me take away 360. Doesn't really matter which order you do these things. This will give me minus 326.1. Don't want it. Don't need to go far because that's outside of minus 195. Let's do the same for 326. Well, look, I can almost see immediately if I add 360 to that, that's going to go too far. So I'll take away 360. Yeah, so that gives me minus 33.9. And now if I take away 360, I'm going to be on that. So the final thing I need to do is just kind of understand that all of these, essentially I'm looking at every single answers. 2x plus 5 equals 33.9 or whatever the answers are. So for each one of these, to go from here to here, on each one of these answers, I need to take away 5 and then I need to divide by 2. Very important you get obviously you have to get the order right, because over here you wouldn't divide by 2 first, because you'll also affect the 5. But yeah, okay, so here are the answers, which you can just kind of follow along with me. Okay, so we've got 14.45 is this one, 39.3, take away 5, divide by 2, I got 194.15, that one's done. Minus 33.9, take away 5, divide by 2, minus 19.45, 326.1, take away 5, divide by 2, it's not, what am I doing, negative, 160.55, because they're my answers. And if I want to double check, I can just pick one. So let's just kind of pick this one randomly, and let's double check that it does fit the initial equation. So I'm going to say, what's 2 lots of 194.15, add 5, and I'm going to cos that. Does that give me 0.83? Let's do it. Yes, it does. I mean, it's slightly off as well because of rounding, etc., like that. But yeah, you can see that. Yeah, so that's it. Okay. I'll do one for tan, but really there's nothing particularly new I have to teach you here. So let's say tan, I don't know, 5x minus 18 equals 2.1. They've asked me to give all the answers between minus 1, let's say minus 100 to 120. Okay, so first thing I'll do, I'm obviously going to be getting answers for 5x minus 18. So I just want to change this to 5x minus 18. How am I going to do that? It's pretty obvious. I'm going to times it by 5. I'm going to take away 18. So that's what I'm going to do to each one of these as well. Let's just do that. 120 times 5, take away 18. So we want all the answers up to 582. We're also going to take away minus 100 times 5 minus 18. So we want them all the way up to minus 518 as well. So okay, so let's get our first answer using the good old calculator. Okay, so my first answer, and the only one I care about actually, is 64.5. Now remember, tan, I don't have to find a second answer because it just keeps repeating forever. Okay, make sure if that in any way does not make sense, make sure you watch the first video. I'll give you a quick explanation. So it just sort of like, you know, it goes between 90 and minus 90 and just sort of asymptotes all the way to infinity and then that. So my answer here is somewhere like there. You can see like 2.1 is there and this is like 64.5. Now, all I have to realize is it just kind of keeps repeating itself every 180 because the distance is 180. So I just need to keep adding 180 to get to there, adding 180 to get to there, and just picking up all the answers, and obviously taking away 180 on this side as well, and all that. So it just becomes a game of just adding 180 to it. Okay, so we've got 244.5, add 180. 424.5, that's probably going to be it. I just might add, yeah, go to 600, that's enough. So let's go 64.5 minus 180, minus 115.5, take away 180, minus 295.5, take away 180, running out of space now. And there you go, if I add 180, that's too much. So there's 6 answers. Now for each of them, oh, this is long. Okay, for all of them, I've got to treat it like 5x minus 18 equals 64.5 or whichever one I'm looking at. So if I was going to do that, I'd first add 18, then I'd divide by 5. So that's what I'm going to be doing for every single answer here. I'm going to be adding 18, dividing by 5. I'll do these two, but just know it's the exact same thing. 64.5, add 18, divided by 5. So my first answer is 16.5. That's what that one goes to. Minus 115.5. You add 18, divide by 5. So you've also got an answer of minus 19.5. And just do the same for the rest of them. Ugh. It actually gets to a point where like you're just doing the same thing over and over again, to the point you might get bored, but you'll find it pretty straightforward. Yeah, I'll wrap it up there. I don't think there's really anything else to go over. You can obviously go over more examples, but it's just realizing, man, it's just like when they give you 5x minus 18 or 3x or just x plus 8 or whatever, all you need to do is change the interval and just realize when you do the tan minus 1, you're just finding answer 5x minus 18. So you just find the other answers if you would just, you know, for that. And then you just adjust to make x the answer. Yeah, that's it.